Welcome to Read in Minutes. Here's a short summary of the book, The Art of Gathering: How We Meet and Why It Matters by Priya Parker. If you enjoy it, then please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's get started. In The Art of Gathering, Priya Parker explores a simple but powerful idea. Gathering is not just about getting people together. It's about creating meaningful experiences that leave a lasting impact. She argues that most gatherings, whether they are meetings, parties, or weddings, are often routine, forgettable, or even awkward because we don't think carefully about why we're meeting and how we structure the time we spend together. Drawing from her experiences as a facilitator and conflict resolution expert, Parker shares practical advice and thought-provoking ideas to help us host better and more purposeful gatherings. The book begins with a strong message: gathering matters. In a world full of meetings, events, and social rituals, we often take gatherings for granted. But when done right, they have the power to connect people, inspire change, and create community. Parker believes that intentional gatherings can help us live more connected and meaningful lives. She stresses that every gathering needs a clear purpose. Without a purpose, even the most beautifully planned event can fall flat. The key question a host must ask is, what is the need I'm trying to meet through this gathering? Parker then introduces the idea that hosting is an act of leadership. A good host isn't just someone who sets the table or sends out invitations. A host shapes the gathering from start to finish and takes responsibility for the experience of the guests. This requires the host to be bold and sometimes make tough decisions, like not inviting everyone or steering conversations in a certain direction. Many people try to be polite and inclusive to a fault, which often leads to vague gatherings with no focus. Instead, Parker encourages hosts to embrace generous authority, a kind of leadership that is firm but thoughtful, aimed at protecting the purpose and spirit of the event. One of the most important chapters in the book is about deciding who to invite. Parker makes it clear that the guest list should not be based on social obligations or hierarchy. Instead, it should be shaped by the gathering's purpose. If your goal is to solve a problem, for example, invite the people who are part of the solution. If your goal is to connect certain people, be intentional about who will bring what energy or perspective to the room. The right people can elevate the gathering, the wrong people can derail it. Parker also challenges the common idea that gatherings must be neutral or comfortable. She explains that conflict or vulnerability can be valuable when handled well. For instance, instead of starting a dinner party with small talk, why not ask a meaningful question that sparks honest conversation? She gives an example of a gathering where guests were asked to share something they've never told anyone before. While risky, this kind of opening can create deep trust and emotional intimacy. The idea is not to make people uncomfortable, but to invite them to show up as their full selves. Another key insight from the book is that structure and rituals matter. Parker emphasizes that good gatherings don't happen by accident. They need clear beginnings, middles, and ends. The way you open a gathering sets the tone. Instead of starting with logistics or housekeeping, begin with something that reflects the gathering's purpose. This could be a story, a quote, or even a moment of silence. Similarly, the middle of the event should include activities or discussions that support your goal. And the end should offer closure, a way to reflect, thank people, or send them off with something to think about. Parker also highlights the importance of protecting the space. Often, gatherings are ruined by distractions, like phones, side conversations, or people who dominate the discussion. A good host sets clear boundaries and expectations, not to control guests, but to create a space where everyone feels safe and respected. For example, a host might ask everyone to put away their phones or create a no interruption rule during storytelling. These small decisions can make a big difference in the quality of the gathering. The book also explores the idea that location and physical setting can shape behavior. Parker explains that the space where we gather should reflect and support the purpose. A round table encourages equality and participation. A large hall might feel too formal or cold. Even something as simple as the seating arrangement can influence how people interact. She shares stories of how hosts rearranged rooms, changed lighting, or used symbolic objects to create a specific atmosphere. The point is to be intentional about every detail, even the physical ones. Throughout the book, Parker includes real-life examples, from corporate retreats and political meetings to dinner parties and funerals, to show how gatherings can go wrong or go beautifully right. She discusses a story of a teacher who turned parent-teacher conferences into collaborative goal-setting sessions with students present, or of a judge who redesigned courtroom gatherings to be more respectful and less intimidating. These examples show how small shifts in thinking can transform how people experience being together. One particularly moving part of the book is when Parker discusses the danger of default formats. Many of us follow traditional formats for weddings, birthdays, meetings, or memorials without asking whether those formats actually serve the moment. Parker urges us to break the rules, not the purpose. If a certain tradition doesn't support the gathering's goal, it's okay to change it. Innovation and creativity can make a gathering more personal and powerful. In the final chapters, Parker reflects on the power of endings. Often, events end with an awkward fizzle or a rushed goodbye. But a thoughtful ending can leave guests with a sense of meaning or transformation. She suggests creating rituals for closure, like sharing one takeaway, lighting a candle, or even giving a symbolic gift. A good ending not only honors the time shared, but helps people carry the experience forward into their lives. Overall, The Art of Gathering is a passionate call to rethink how we come together. Priya Parker encourages us to move beyond the superficial and design gatherings that are full of connection, authenticity, and intention. Whether it's a birthday party, a board meeting, or a town hall, we have the power to make our gatherings more human and more transformative. The book is filled with wisdom, practical tips, and inspiring stories that challenge us to become better hosts and better humans in the process. By the end of the book, readers come away with a new understanding. Gathering is not just a skill, it's an art. And like any art, it requires thought, care, and the courage to lead with purpose.